What's up, guys? My name is Eros, this is the Redrock Realm, and it is time for another adventure here today. So, what you're probably noticing right now is what I'm saying is not matching what I'm doing. And that's because for some reason, the audio to my first few clips that I recorded is completely screwed up. So I'm just gonna have to do kind of a bit of a voiceover thing for the time being, but I promise it doesn't last long, just a couple of minutes. But what I was able to record, at least as far as video goes, I still want to show you guys, because some pretty interesting things happened. So if you can be patient for just a little bit, you'll see some pretty cool stuff, and then we'll get to how the video normally is. So yeah. Now, on this past Sunday, we had a live stream, and a couple of interesting things happened. I built a new shop with Cali, but I also got tagged by Cali. So you can see here, this is the new tag. So thankfully, unlike last season, tags don't stack, so we don't have to worry about that, thankfully. But we do have a challenge to do. Well, we did. So we had to spend pretty much all of Sunday eating only rotten flesh. So what I want to do today first is I want to show you guys the shop that Cali and I built, and then we need to tag somebody else and get this game going. So let's head on over to the shopping district and see how many different things we can accomplish all at once. Plus, I think we should probably check on our new shop, see what kind of profits we might have made, and of course we have to share those with Cali. Now this is the brand new shop that Cali and I have built together. So this shop sells specifically enchanted books of all different kinds, only the best of the best. And Cali put in this special little area, I guess you could say, for a special kind of mystery enchantment. So you can buy one of these secretly enchanted books and exchange it for a very special book. You might get very lucky, or you might get very unlucky. But let's head upstairs. Let's go ahead and collect up all of the profits that this shop has made, which is honestly quite a lot. This has only been open for a couple of days at this point, and we are already bringing in so many diamonds. It is fantastic. So let's grab all of these, and then let's head on over to Cali's base and drop off his share. Plus, I realized I need to ask Cali about something. Something to do with a competition that we had not too long ago. All right, so here we are at Cali's base that he is working on with, of course, his wither-powered farms. Cali messing with things that he should not be. But let's go ahead and hop on down in here, I do believe. And let's go see Mr. Cali. Well, it certainly looks like Cali has been quite busy. But there is the man himself. Let's hop on down here. Mr. Cali! Hello, hello. I bring you many pretty shiny blue things. Yes, the profits of our shop. So there is his share from the shop. Quite a substantial sum, in fact, which is pretty darn good. The shop has been quite profitable. Yes, bathe in the pretty shiny blue things. By the way, Mr. Cali, I realized on my way over here that there's something I needed to talk to you about. Remember that competition for some wither skulls that we had not too long ago? You know the one. Huh. Well, he must have had something really important to go take care of. Yeah, I'm sure that's all it was. We'll talk to him later about the diamonds that he owes us. It's, you know, it's fine. It's fine. But we have other things to attend to right now. And now for this tag. We are going to target Joe, and I have the perfect punishment for it. An entire episode without wings. We're going to sneak to the shopping district, wait patiently at the top of Joe's ladder at his base/shop, and then... Ha 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 ha! It is perfect. It's flawless. Congratulations, Joe. Tag! You're it. Well, that went actually a lot better than I expected, so there we go. We now have passed on the tag. So to anybody curious, keep an eye out for Joe, because Joe's it. So now that we got all of those shenanigans out of the way, it is time for today's project. So today, we are building our first ship. Now this is going to be probably the largest and most beautiful and amazingest ship that we're going to have here in our shipyard, because we are going to be recreating our take on a trireme. Now, a trireme, if I remember, I will put a artist's rendition up on the screen here. A trireme is the go-to ship both for transporting goods as well as going to war that was used in ancient Greece, especially Athens. And of course, we are taking much inspiration from there, so we are going to try and keep this somewhat historically accurate. Now, one way that we are going to be doing that is the size. Now, these ancient triremes were actually up to 40 meters in length, which is not what I originally expected or anticipated when I was thinking about the size of these docks. But if we use the largest one that we have over here, we should have plenty of space, I imagine. So let's see. Pay no attention to the storage room. Yes, I still need to sort all of that out, but meh, that's okay. We'll do that at some point in some way of something or other. Anyway, okay, so let's get over here. And I believe putting it in this area is likely going to be our best bet. So I would say we want to give ourselves at least a bit of space in the back. So maybe the farthest it reaches back is about here. So that way it has plenty of clearance from everything, which means we need to go out another 40 blocks. So if I was to do 1, 2, 3, 4, okay. So let's just try and fit it within 40 blocks, and let's see how much space that actually is. 40 meters of space for our trireme. So that would put it out to here. Now, admittedly, that is definitely a little bit of a ways further out from our docks than I originally anticipated. In fact, we might need to expand these a little bit as time goes on. But for now, I think it will work, because I don't know about you, but I really want to have as impressive of a rendition of this ship as we possibly can. Now, the best known reference or rendition of a ship like this is the one that was used in the Odyssey. So that is where a lot of the artist renditions and everything is coming from, as well as our primary source of inspiration. So first thing we need to do is we are going to be using these spruce logs, and thankfully I have more growing already, to kind of get the framework of the ship all put together. And I suppose the main deck will probably be about 2 blocks higher up than this, so that's what we'll plan. But let's sleep through the night, and then let's get that part built. So here we have pretty much the kind of basic frame all set up for the ship. So there's a couple areas that are a little bit more filled in than the rest of it, like back here, mainly just because I really want to make sure I get the shape right on this, and trying to lay out the rest of the frame without... No, get back in the water. There you go. Trying to lay out the rest of the frame without kind of working on this curved portion here, it was not working out so well. I'll still probably need to make a few adjustments to it, but I think for the most part, this is going to have the right shape for kind of that big arching tail, I guess you could say, that is on the back of these ships. Now, oddly enough, it looks a little short. I actually feel like I might need to extend this out, a little ways. Because for some reason, even though it's the right length, it doesn't look quite long enough. I mean, I guess this could just be a smaller one, and maybe we make a larger one at some point down the road. I don't know. It just, I don't know. I might extend it a little bit just because this does feel a little bit short. I mean, it's technically the right length. I think part of the problem is that in Minecraft, you can only make things so fine-tuned and so smooth. Like, you can't have actual smooth edges because you're working with meter-sized chunks of everything. But I don't know. We'll play around with it a little bit. The next thing I want to do is I want to get the front part done, because if that part doesn't look right, the whole ship is going to look just wrong, because this is the part that makes it the most noticeable for what a trireme actually is. So I want to do that, and then we'll move on to filling in the rest of the hull, and we should be just about... Yeah, we should be making some good progress on this. It's actually not that bad once you get kind of the basic shape in place, because then you just kind of have to fill it all in. So that is the next step. Well, the next step is the front of it, and then filling it all in. There we go. Now that is a pretty imposing front face to a ship, if I do say so myself. Now, it does, of course, need the characteristic eyes. I just don't know if I want them quite facing forward or more to the side. I'm thinking more to the side is going to be a little bit more accurate. Oh my god, these stupid drowns have been the bane of my existence this entire project. Okay. So, I think if we put the quote-unquote eyes here, I think this will work best. Now, I might switch this out for a banner if I don't like how it looks, but for now... Yeah, those are some pretty tiny eyes to be going on this. So, I think I might come up with a bit of a banner design that we can hang here that will replace the characteristic eyes that are normally on the ship. Now, normally the eyes are actually a lot wider than I think we will be able to reasonably do. But I might come up with something creative that will get the job done. We'll see what I can come up with. But for now, the front of the ship is looking pretty phenomenal and pretty imposing. I do think I can probably make it a little bit steeper, though. Maybe like that. Does that help? Make it kind of balanced a little bit more in the shape. Yeah, that helps. And then I can actually add some of these as well. We put one there. Does that work? That does work. And then I want to actually put a couple right up here, just to help kind of emphasize that this is coming to a sharp ramming point. Yeah, I like that. That works. Now, normally this would be like bronze encased, and unfortunately, the only way I could do that is with the new copper that is eventually coming to Minecraft, but that's not something that we have right now. So, who knows? Maybe I will pay homage to this build once we have copper. In the next update, we will see. Might revamp it or something like that. So now we've got the front. Now I need to encase the sides, put the decks in place, and get the tail of the ship done, and then we need the mast. So 3 major things left. Get up out of here. There we go. 3 major things left to do, so let's go ahead and knock those out in rapid succession so we can call this project good. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our trireme is complete. We now have our first official ship in our fleet here, resting comfortably at our docks, and it is looking good. I love it. I love all of the little details I was able to get into this. I had to like redo a lot of it multiple times to get it to look right, but now, I love it. I was originally going to have the sail down, but it didn't look right, so I have it kind of all bundled up. If we ever do another ship, like, out in the ocean, I'll try to get the sail down and looking right, but I figure it is at the docks and everything, and it's resting comfortably here, so I guess the sail should be up anyway. So if we take a look here, of course, pretty simple up on top, because there wouldn't have been much to it up on top. We do have a compass. We also have trident here, and the reason being is because, of course, it is customary before you set sail to always pay your respects to the god Poseidon. So make sure that he is favorable on your journey, otherwise who knows what catastrophes you could find out in the open water. Anyway, so compass, we've got our little, paying respects to Poseidon over there. We've got, I guess further up here, we have the rudder, I guess you could say, the steering mechanism for the ship. And yes, this is accurate. They had one giant rudder that a person would control from back here, and that's how they would steer. And then if we go on down, we can see the different layers that would have been used for the actual oarsmen. So 1, 2, and 3 different layers. That is the reason it was called a trireme and not a bireme, because there was 3 layers of oars, not 2. So, there's a little something for you that you learned and that you know now. So they've got these little holes here. They would have used massive, super long oars that would have reached all the way into the water, and each level would have had even longer ones that would have reached further. So up to, I think, 170 oarsmen on a single vessel. So obviously this one's a little smaller because we'd only got 3, 6, 9, like 30, 40 people probably that we'd have enough space for. That's okay though. We've got some fresh water. We've got a little bit of cargo up here. This is also where we would have weapons, because of course they would have archers and a couple of, infantry on board, especially if they were transporting some valuable goods. And then further down we have some of basically what little space they would have had for actual cargo. So yeah, they didn't have a lot of space on these, but by golly, were they fast and were they capable, because this fancy face on the front that we built would have actually been used for ramming into other ships. So they were definitely fans of the straight-on approach. So there is that. Our trireme is now complete, and it is looking good. I love it. I like how it turned out. I would love to know what you guys think down in the comments below, so make sure you guys let me know what you think. Leave your comments, leave a like, yada yada yada, all of that stuff that I'm supposed to say. But yeah, I think it looked pretty good. So after all of our shenanigans and everything we have going on today, and now all of the time put into this beautiful vessel, ooh, I almost crashed, but I saved it right there. I unfortunately am out of time. So we are going to be calling it a day here. I'm sorry if it was a little bit shorter than expected, or usual, rather. But I do hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you leave a like on the video. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of the adventures yet to come. And make sure you share the video with somebody else so that they can enjoy it too. And until next time, guys, make sure you don't miss out on my upcoming live stream. Peace and love, everybody. Bye-bye.